Black and White Network, as you guys know, Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan is dead, at least for now. Joe Biden's Build Back Worse plan is unable to pass the Senate because they do not have enough votes. And it's just not, Republicans that are saying no to this. You also have a Democrat as well in Joe Manchin of West Virginia who has said no, this is not in the best interest of West Virginians. And I believe that the spending is completely out of control, but the Socialist Democrats, they don't mind spending. They want to spend to push their agenda. And it seems like, they actually, at least one of the Socialist Democrats wants Joe Biden to pretty much, ignore the Senate and the will of the people. And this Socialist Democrat is Pramila Jayapal. She is in the House and she wants Joe Biden to essentially become a dictator and implement dictatorial powers to pass Build Back Worse. Let's go over here. Let's get into this, guys. Jayapal urges Biden to take executive action to deliver Build Back Better for Americans. Biden's social spending plan was dealt a serious blow last week when Senator Joe Manchin announced that he is a no on the social spending bill. And Joe Manchin has been getting the brunt of the blame for this. However, you have to remember there's 100 senators and it's split 50-50. So Joe Manchin is just one man, but the socialists want to blame him for everything. Okay? But let's go ahead. Let's read this. Representative Pramila Jayapal, the chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, Socialist, penned an op-ed published on Sunday urging Joe Biden to use executive action to make clear to those who hinder Build Back Better that the White House and Democrats will deliver for Americans. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden is in the White House now. And when you sit in the White House, you are not supposed to be a dictator. And Joe Biden, he has been writing more executive orders in his first year than pretty much any U.S. president in history. I mean, this is just unprecedented, that Representative Jayapal wants Joe Biden to just circumvent the will of the people and with the stroke of a pen, implement Build Back Better. Now, Joe Biden has already done some dictatorial stuff, because he ended the Keystone pipeline with the stroke of a pen, automatically put thousands of Americans out of work. And he didn't waste any time doing that when he got into the White House. If Joe Biden does this, there is no way anybody can't see that Joe Biden is a dictator. Maybe she wants us to give Joe Biden a new title. Maybe she doesn't want him to be called the President of the United States. Maybe she wants him to be dictator for life or dictator for the rest of his term in office. Maybe he should have a new title. We should start calling him Kaiser. Maybe he'll get a new title like Julius Kaiser Biden. Get the old ancient Roman names coming because Julius Caesar was dictator for life. And the Senate gave him those powers. Well, at least the people did anyway, because we know he got assassinated because the Senate felt like he had too much power. This is unprecedented. We have a constitution. We're a constitutional republic. And what she pretty much wants is Joe Biden to be Fidel Castro. That's what it seems like to me. Biden's social spending plan was dealt a serious blow last weekend when Joe Manchin announced on Fox News Sunday that he was a no on the social spending bill. The Senate is evenly divided 50-50 and the Biden administration cannot afford to lose one vote on the legislation. Jayapal penned an op-ed in the Washington Post Sunday that called out Manchin for reneging on his position to support the framework of the bill, which she called, quote, a stunning rebuke of his own party's president. Biden's critics say he is being pulled to his party's left and was not elected president with the mandate to fundamentally change the country. Progressives in the House who come from dark blue districts do not reflect the political appetite of the country, they say. But most in his party say he has a finite period of time to pass key parts of his agenda and needs to take bold action. Mr. Biden himself seems to be low running on patience. He said in a recent interview that he would support an exception to the Senate's filibuster rule when it comes to the wide-ranging election and campaign finance reform bill that passed the Democrat-controlled House earlier this year, but hit a roadblock in the Senate. See, the Democrats, man, the Socialist Democrats, they want pretty much a one-party system. This is what happens in places like Cuba. One-party control. And they want Joe Biden to act like he's an emperor or imperator. That's what they want. And this is not what this country is built on. It should not be like this. Jayapal wrote that her caucus will soon release a plan that will open a path for Biden to act alone. Dictatorial powers, folks. She did not mention Manchin by name, but indicated that it is challenging to negotiate with a colleague who does not keep his side of the bargain. Her criticism comes after Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, called Manchin's announcement last week a sudden and inexplicable reversal in his position and a breach of his commitments to Biden and congressional Democrats. Like I said before, guys, Manchin is supposed to be representing the people of West Virginia, and West Virginia does not want this. They don't want it, guys. She pointedly said that Manchin, whose state is among the nation's poorest, will have to explain why many families will have to cope with higher health and childcare costs the bill is intended to address. Quote, this moment for the Biden administration and Congress can either lead to our greatest failure or our greatest success, Jayapal wrote. If we use every tool at our disposal to redouble our efforts to deliver for our communities with the most urgent needs of the American people as our guide, success is possible. Wow. Are you guys actually shocked that she's actually coming out and she wants Joe Biden to act like he is an absolute monarch? Because that's essentially what he would be. If Joe Biden is able to implement Build Back Worse through executive action, there's probably nothing that can actually stop the Democrats. He will be a dictator. But that said, Democrats could just stay in power by the stroke of executive action. You know what? If that's the case, why doesn't Joe Biden, just by executive action, just say the Constitution is obsolete, it's out of date, I'm the new emperor? Because that's pretty much what the socialists want. They want a dictator. These people are not American, folks. They are not American. And if Joe Biden implements this by executive action, this will be devastating for the American people. And he needs to be removed from office. There's no doubt about it. He would need to go. Now, if he does do this, then you'll start to see how strong and how much of a spine Republicans have. Every single Republican in both the House and Senate needs to step up and says, no, this cannot happen. This should not happen. One man should not have this kind of power. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.